it's a bad process, and it's tough, and that's why I love popping seeds, and like finding new things, and they're usually starting off on the right foot without a lot of problems, unless they're just the seeds themselves are problematic. So that's a favorite pastime of mine. Like right now we're doing a big hunt at Natura. We have a new mother room, a new hunt room. So that's like for
explain
brands.
what Natura is, man, because you're underputting it. Yeah.
So hold on, I want to digress a little bit. Move up to Oregon. Pistol Point, birth of that. Now, when you're closing it out, how long did Pistol Point? How long were you working on that project?
2014 till about 2021. You know what I mean? 6-7 years up there.
Yeah, it's a good run.
It was a good run.
And then talk about the transition. Like, how did because
the building I was talking about,
Natura, it's like it's a big situation. And so, how did that come about? Coming out of Pistol Point.
So Hall of Flowers. I think it was 2018. There was a group that was formed on WhatsApp by this guy named Matt, and it was called the Cannabis, or it's still around. It's called the Cannabis Illuminati, and it's basically a list of operators, owners, certain figures in the space around the country and world that we all connected on WhatsApp. And there was a party, an Illuminati party that was thrown at Canacraft. Ned and Dennis of Canacraft had everyone over there. It was an awesome event. It was great turnout. So many who's were there, whatnot. And I went with my partners at the time, two of them that we were trying to do this build out in Sacramento, but these are friends I grew up with. They come over to me and they tell me, hey, because Rambo, my friend Ram, is a Persian, and Scott, we're both kind of half Jewish. He's half Jewish, I'm full Jewish, but they're joking with me. Ram likes to joke with me. He's like, hey, one of your guys, he's an Israeli guy. Or he's like, we're just talking to this guy over here. Man, you need to meet him. He lives right by you in Sacramento, and he's doing this crazy project, something I've never heard of before. So I was interested a little bit. I was on the other side of the room, and then I eventually introduced myself and got his number. I saw him on the WhatsApp a little bit, talking, because he was also in the group. And then a couple days later in Sacramento, met him a couple more times through the week in Hall of Flowers. And then eventually went by the lot, because it was a 12-acre dusty lot in the middle of Sacramento, where you'd have a wall of all these, the vision, the renderings and all that stuff, but it was a big lot. There was construction hadn't even really started yet. There were some trailers, and it was a bunch of people talking about things that they were going to do or they wanted to do. Ori was highly animated, and he was kind of the one running it. But everyone else mostly hadn't really done anything big in cannabis. So it was a little nerd. And I was there with my Pistol Point hat on. I actually wanted to bring Pistol Point, if the building wasn't going to work that we were trying to build out, I wanted to do Pistol Point at a place like Natura, because I found out about Natura. He explained it to me. It's basically a platform to scale and launch brands into the space in California in a CPG fashion. The cultivation, which is
what's a CPG?
Consumer packaged goods.
Got it.
Basically, when you go to a Walmart, Costco, whatever, anything that's in a package, like these hash hole boxes, something that's elevated and belongs on a shelf, and is going to evolve with seasons and years and progress into something even more perfect than just what you'd find in a supermarket or a convenience store or a clothing store or whatnot, which is what we are, is really scaling and launching some of these brands, and some of them from the hills of Humboldt, like Jelly Wizard, to Fidel from the streets of Los Angeles, to make them household names and really tell their stories. That's a big part of it, is that these people, these brands, and they have to be involved in the brands, have a story to tell. And we're using all of these people to tell their stories to the masses. Positive, I think, are I'm not going to get it word by word, but our mantra at Natura is positively affecting millions of lives through the scaling and launching of cannabis brands like we're doing right now. So it's the goal is to positively affect. I definitely missed a couple words in there, but positively affecting millions of lives through these products, and really doing fun things. Like a lot of people come to Natura and, you know, come do a tour with me or come walk around and they say it feels like Willy Wonka's Wonderland. Going back to my uncle a little bit, that's what dragged me to Ori, and then him and the vision and the place. I saw my uncle do something similar. I saw my uncle go from 20,000 square feet in Hunters Point to 120,000 square feet in the Folsom area market, south of Market in San Francisco. I saw him go from making 20,000 truffles a day to buying a machine from Cadbury that did 300,000 truffles a day. I saw him go from little mom and pop stores to going into Takashimaya in Tokyo, to Harrods in London, to Saks Fifth Avenue, to Neiman Marcus, to Macy's, to Costco, to Trader Joe, and then the exit to Hershey's. I wanted that. I want that for cannabis. I wanted to be a part. I know, and I knew it's coming. There was no other platform I had ever seen or heard about that was like Natura. Ori has one partner. There's two partners that own it. It was $90+ million investment by one guy. No shareholders, no outside groups put money. It's literally two guys. So it's for someone like me that doesn't want to, you know, hear something and it really goes another, like we can really have action. There's solutions. Ori's very solution driven. Barry, his partner and the investor, he's an amazing guy. He's one of the largest real estate holders in downtown Los Angeles, made all of his money and most of his money in the real estate market. But we have a great dynamic between the two of them that allows us to flourish, and us meaning we have close to 300 plus employees right now, from cultivation to manufacturing to extraction to admin to custodial. I mean, it's an amazing security, amazing complex, 12 acres in the dead center of Sacramento, across the street from the Navy and Marine complex with tanks and artillery and whatnot. And then next door to FedEx, where basically Ori's vision was coming in, knowing where this piece of land was and knowing who his partners were, what we were doing, what the mission was. And we're willing to go up against anyone, a colonel, the head of FedEx, whoever it was, to show that what we're doing is special, unique, and needed to really end the monopoly that pharmaceutical industry has had on everything we touch and breathe right now, and really pave the way for something really special. So Natura is just something really special. It's a blank canvas that a lot of artists every day get to come to and perform and do their best. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Fidel came and had a hash hole vision and trained an amazing team, hands-on of we hand roll all of the hash holes, no rolling machine, no nothing. And these amazing people are dedicated in one room to rolling. And that's just one room. You got automated joints, you got flower pack off, you have the kitchen is amazing. We do edibles for some of the most amazing groups in the space, everyone from Alien Labs to Buddies. We do Jelly Wizard, D right now. We're doing a rosin gummy that's doing amazing in the space. It's catching waves. It's something that we built 4 or 5 years ago. D means good in Thai, and CBD was what we were kind of focused on at the time, doing like CBD gummies and whatnot. But it's a play on Thailand and what I've done in my past in Thailand, what I plan on doing in Thailand. Met some amazing people in Thailand. So the partnership with D involves the support of some notable Thai people. We have some plans to license it in Thailand as well, because the goal really is to just, on the bottom of every bag, there's the childproof stuff. There's some fun facts on the bottom of every bag. So each bag of D is vegan, gluten-free, always solventless hash, no disti hidden in there. We're only using solventless hash rosin.
Tastes phenomenal.
that you can taste that there's something in
They're
there.
gluten free.
Oh, I feel so much better.
They definitely smack. You know, we have to max out at 100 milligrams, but they definitely smack. We're using full spectrum.
What is each piece? Do you know?
10.
Tastes phenomenal, man. You can taste. I
lychee is
definitely
one
can
of the
taste a
hot-
little bit of rosin. I love that.
Definitely
though.
can taste it.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want a little bit of that. You know,
Disty is a way of
Love
getting people high, but it's a very one-sided high.
Yes.
The warm fuzzies that a lot of these hash edibles give you is definitely catching people by storm, and people are slowly migrating away from distillate-based edibles. I'm noticing a lot of trends in the market shifting towards either, you know, hash rosin or hash.
the body effects are so different off of hash rosin, and same with the giggle effects, the distillate. It's you got to know. I mean, it's hot dog water. That's what they used to call it because what it's made out of. I mean, literally, you guys are working with rosin and you're able to cultivate resin at your single source facility.
Yep, and D is also a cool platform too, where it's a high focus brand of gummy, but each release, or you know, different releases have different hash inputs. So we did a critical Alex and his team did the hash rosin for the first one.
Big shout out Critical
Big shout out to
Concentrates.
Critical, one of the
Huge.
legends. Very. I used to come down from the hills of Oroville to Emerald Cup, and you'd have Critical and Terp Hogs and Third Gen and Connected and, you know, Cookie. All these guys doing like amazing things. Gold Drop, you know, maybe the Shatters and like the Beazle and First Class Concentrates. All the like I would come down from the hills and I would only have my sun grown, which was cool, but I'd want all these cool terps that were, you know, coming out of all these places that it would take me an hour to even drive to another property in Oroville. I wasn't really going around that much.
Southern Humboldt Concentrates.
Southern Humboldt, just all that good stuff. So that's where I you know, got integrated back into California because I had been out. You know, also there were a lot of those years when we were up in the hills of Northern California. We didn't want to talk to a lot of people. We were really hush hush. We were always, you know, I've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. Always nervous there was going to be someone coming to knock down your door, either rob you or arrest you. Who knows?
There was.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't know. So we just had to keep chugging. It was crazy.
Hey, if you like that video and you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel. First Smoke of the Day clips.